Hello everyone, welcome back to GGN. This is part 3, the final part for today for Tuesday, March 5th, 2013. My website is ggnonline.com, and on YouTube, my channels are ddarko2012 and ddarko2013. You can check out in YouTube's video description if you'd like to check some of these articles out. The links will be posted, as long as I don't have technical issues. Taylor Swift at the Brit Awards, yet another Illuminati ritual for the masses. It goes on here and it says last time they posted about Taylor Swift's performance at the 2012 AMAs, a typical initiation ritual where he described how it symbolically represented an occult initiation ritual. For the 2013 Brit Awards, Swift brought back the same symbolism as she performed again in her single I Knew You Were Trouble. While the setting of the performance was different than the one of the AMAs, its symbolic meaning and color code was identical. Furthermore, the ritualistic symbolism of the entire thing was even more blatant. You can go in there and check it out. It says, as it was the case for the AMA performance, Swift begins her song dressed in a virginal white dress, symbolizing purity and innocence. She stands at the door of some kind of temple. Swift stands at the door of the temple, signifying that she is not yet initiated. The burning fire emphasizes the ritualistic aspect of the set, while the horned head above the door hints at this temple is far from holy. Wow, that is pretty creepy. Damn, man. Parents only knew what was going on, but, you know, I hate to say it, you don't have to be a religious person, but if you just know what the hell is going on, you know, you believe in a God, you can see what's going on here, dude, you can protect your damn family, your children, from this crap. You know, and people just, they think it's just, it's no threat, you know, they turn on their televisions, you know, family events or whatever, and they sit around and they watch this stuff, and they become initiated in this ritual, and they watch it on television. It's broadcasting live. After dancing for a while in the front of the temple, the doors open, the set then gets very fiery, and the ritual begins. The screen behind Swift now displays the inside of the temple. If you look in closely at where the horned head used to be, there appears to be yet another horned head now. Pretty interesting. So, yeah. Going down here, it says, looking at the screen from a distance as being one of the audience. Wow, that is pretty creepy. Yeah, that's a better picture right there. Holy crap. It says it almost looks as if Baphomet was presiding over the whole thing, or it might be an illusion or a calculated illusion, not sure. So, she eventually emerged with a brand new outfit in black, symbolizing the completion of her initiation. Good girl gone bad narrative is complete. Once again, she lets her hair down and has a nastier attitude. You've seen this before with, I don't know if it's Hillary Duff or whatever her name is, and Britney Spears. They do the same thing. Amazon pulls Keep Calm and Rape t-shirts amid outcry. Clothing company blames algorithm. Ooh, see? The algorithm. So we're starting to see these algorithms and these a drone, robots versus man issues starting to come out, right? They're starting to play out. Keep calm and rape a lot is apparently not a message Amazon wants to endorse. They deleted several t-shirts made by the U.S. clothing company Solid Gold Bomb, all carrying similar messages of violence against women, The Guardian reports, but the Massachusetts-based t-shirt maker refused to take full responsibility, saying an algorithm generated the messages with a scripted computer process. So, it says some remained, including Keep Calm and Knife Her and Keep Calm and Punch Her. The phrase is based on a Keep Calm and Carry On World War II poster. Interesting. Just a quick side note. Keep calm and carry on. Yeah, there's probably people that were in like in Europe and Japan wondering, why the hell are we here? Why are we fighting to keep communism going? Why are we funding communists? I don't want to die here. We haven't been attacked. American soil hasn't been attacked. And then they had the other phrase, don't you know there's a war on? It's like, no, I'm pretty sure I've seen the propaganda being just assaulted on the American people who didn't want to go to war at that particular time. Obama's second-term mission, appoint diverse judges. The GOP likely to delay the process, whatever, because they're going to act like they're conservatives. So it goes on here and it says, of the 35 judicial nominees currently awaiting confirmation by the Senate, 17 are women, 15 are members of ethnic minorities, 5 are openly gay, and just 6 are straight white guys. So good job, right? It says that this is engineer consent, this is engineering society, so this isn't some kind of grassroots organic result. Not to sound like a racist, but this is not being done naturally. This is being pushed, and a lot of times it's kind of a concept that's used by communists and by Zionists to infiltrate a society and gain political control, which is exactly what they're doing. So it says here that Washington Post refers to it as the sluggish pace of Obama's first-term appointments. That's him not coming out openly as a globalist, Bolshevist, whatever you want to call him. It says here, the second-term candidate's name since January illustrates his desire to diversify the federal judiciary so that it better mirrors the country it serves. Apparently, he's moving quickly. It says the first breakdown of Obama's confirmed judges, 37% non-white and 42% women. Both percentages were higher than those of Bush or Clinton's. But they say here that it's all fine and good if Obama is achieving diversity through aggressive identification of minority candidates. Affirmative action, says a conservative or Obama critic. But if the regime is giving minorities a lower threshold of qualification, that's not okay. 2 NFL players show support for gay marriage. So we have here NFL gay marriage is a cause that 2 players have taken up for. According to ESPN, on February 28th, the 2 NFL players wrote a brief in support of the rights of individuals to get married regardless of sex or gender, including Baltimore Ravens linebacker Brendan Aiyembajeo and Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Cluey. So it's like we talked about in the UK, they're overrepresented. They are a minority, right? So it's just like the Zionists, they get overrepresentation. So as 2 NFL gay marriage proponents work together on their brief in which they argue that no person should be treated differently just because of who they are. Well, they are different, right? So if they're different from the majority, then they're different. And like I said, these are all different little code words that are used by progressives slash communists, right? They don't like that word, so they're progressives. Equality, tolerance. And in doing so, they have to actually not be tolerant of other people. They have to take away other people's free speech that criticize him, all in the name of freedom of speech. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You just have to open your eyes and see it. Train threatens boycott of Boy Scouts Jamboree over anti-gay policies. So I could have sworn the Boy Scouts were actually changing their policy, but if they haven't, this is probably just another reason to do it, so they can stop being harassed. But then again, you've seen or heard of links of the Boy Scouts with Mormonism and Freemasonry. So this is part of the plan, I guess. Petition begun by former Boy Scout leader fired for being gay has resulted in Train, the band, I guess, threatening to pull out of the upcoming National Scouting Jamboree, while pressure has been steadily mounting for Carol Rae Jepsen, whoever the heck that is, to do the same. So it goes on here, and it says, the petition said, as talented artists with incredibly loyal LGBT fans around the globe, I hope that they will speak out quickly and urge the Boy Scouts to send us dangerous anti-gay policy, the petition. So, New York clinic seeks smallpox-vaccine test subjects. So these some lab rats from the 28th of February. So New York is one of 40 locations in the U.S. testing a vaccine against smallpox that was made available in Europe a few years ago. The Rochester Clinical Research is one of 40 locations with 4,000 people, enrolling 115 adults between the ages of 18 and 40 for the study who were never vaccinated against smallpox. Smallpox was eradicated in the U.S. in 1949, says that people should be more concerned about this season's flu outbreak than smallpox. They said there's no immediate risk of smallpox and that people should volunteer for the study out of altruism. Global warming, climate change, environmentalism. And someone pointed me in the direction of that documentary Agenda, Grinding America Down, dispelling the myth that communism is dead and inspiring Christians to take action. So pretty good documentary. You don't have to agree with everything that's in there. But it's just interesting, some of the points that they make. One of them, I remember, they said if they can get Americans to accept homosexuality, they can get them to do anything. Also, they said that environmentalism, they were calling it everythingism, because environment is everything around you, so they can get to control everything around you. And environmentalism, it fits the bill. It definitely does, because they can control every facet of your life, and that's what these eco-fascists, especially these young people, are being brainwashed into. policing everybody, right? Self-policing and policing other slaves. Diego man sexually transmits smallpox-vaccine virus. A gay San Diego man came down with a smallpox-related virus after having sex with someone who received a vaccination for the once epidemical illness. Now, I'll give credit where credit's due. I found this on Alan Watts' website, so he's the one that tracked this down and made this connection between these two. So it's a pretty interesting connection. Kind of like the tuberculosis and the body in the tank, in the water tank in California, and then the names matching up, Lisa and that, with the actual equipment that's used to diagnose. It was actually a tuberculosis HIV strain, like hybrid. Came to light last summer when a 24-year-old man with secondary vaccinovirus transmission came to the hospital complaining of a rash. Infected man had also had sex with a third man 2 days before he sought treatment. It says the third man sought treatment a week later after developing lesions on his forearms and his genitals. Here we go. Smallpox was officially eradicated globally in 1980, but it's believed the original carrier was given the smallpox vaccine as part of a Department of Defense program required for all military personnel after heightened concerns about bioterrorism. Emerging deadly virus demands swift slew work. So you just had the queen. I know she's older, but you'd be rest assured she's getting the best of food and all that, and water. So that's why they tend to live longer. She was admitted to the hospital with some kind of stomach gastrointestinal bug, and I think Clinton had the same thing. Bush Sr., he had it too. I know he's old, but so the experts in virology, infectious diseases, say that while they already have unprecedented detail about the genetics and capabilities of the novel coronavirus, it says here, or NCOV, what worries them more is what they don't know. So the emergence of the deadly virus previously unseen in humans that has already killed half of those known to be infected requires speedy scientific detective work to figure out its potential. Actually, also, I think it was one of the prince, was it the prince in Saudi Arabia? One of them Arab princes and that actually had this too, the coronavirus. So it goes on, says one of those 6 have been in Saudi Arabia, 2 in Jordan, others in Britain and Germany, linked to travel in the Middle East or to family clusters. You thought horse meatballs were bad? This might cause you to swear off discount furniture store eateries. So Chinese health authorities have confiscated 2 tons of Ikea's almond chocolate cakes that were shipped in from Sweden after they tested positive for a high level of coliform bacteria, which are usually found in abundance in feces of animals. So Ikea's new food woe, fecal bacteria in their cakes. Activists fight FDA approval of AquaBounty's genetically engineered salmon soup. Fishermen, environmentalists, food safety advocates have written to the FDA with concerns about the agency's findings. They worry that GMO fish might escape and mix with salmon. The company says it's unlikely, right? It's unlikely. Just like when they came out and started pushing GMO crops, farmers were up in arms saying no, because how are you going to control it from spilling over into other fields? And there's actually been a lawsuit against Monsanto, I believe it was. So he actually won. UK falls behind on premature mortality. So Britain has a worse record of premature death than any other developed country. So I doubt this statistic, but they say, well, maybe it's true, but it has to do with what? With taking on humongous amounts of medical debt in order to, get all this surgery. Although life expectancy has increased by 4.2 years to 79.9 in the last 20 years, premature death rate has hardly changed in comparison. So, and they say that this could actually be what? It's a wake-up call because all these things could have been prevented. Well, this is part of the goal. There's not enough jobs, people got to go. Life expectancy declining for many U.S. women. Just the latest study to find the disturbing trend says here life expectancy for some U.S. women is actually falling. It says for men, life expectancy has held steady, improved in nearly all countries. The study is the latest to spot this pattern, especially among disadvantaged white women. It says that it's a trend that experts can't explain. Then you have scientists' exclusive club to assume command of global engineering, geoengineering. Scientific publication envisions a strategic multilateral implementation of planetary-scale geoengineering through an exclusive club that increases benefits to members at the expense of those included. It's published by Environmental Research Letters. So they published the results of a computer simulation game probing scenarios on how to best organize this scheme of global geoengineering, i.e. chemtrails. So scientists actually created this global thermostat setting game to see what coalitions would be most likely to succeed in starting this aerosol program. says here that some regions may prefer a cooling or warming relative to the current climate, creating complicated problems in setting the global thermostat. That's why you have Al Gore pushing sustainable capitalism in order to save the world. Very altruistic, Al. Thank you.